Thor: Love and Thunder, directed by Taika Waititi, starring Chris Hemsworth, Natalie Portman, and Christian Bale, is out in theaters now. We'll talk about that right now. Spoiler alert! So at the beginning of the movie, Thor is still with Guardians of the Galaxy, who he joined at the end of Avengers Endgame, and he's meditating, doing some bodybuilding, getting his fat body back in shape. Gore the God Butcher is in it. I don't really want to explain his origin because it's weird and I don't understand it, and it makes a little sense. Just know it has to do with his daughter and a desert and a god that he's not happy with and he kills. Yeah. So Gore produces some monsters and decides to attack Earth, New Asgard. The Guardians of the Galaxy decide to leave Thor where he is, and goes to help New Asgard against Gore's attack. Little did he know that Jane Foster, the character he was in love with in the first Thor movie, is the new Thor.
Jane?
Spoiler, Jane Foster has cancer. Mjolnir bonded itself to her, and she's the new mighty Thor, which leaves Thor, I don't know what he is now, just, silly old god.
That's my hammer you've got there.
So Gore kidnaps some children. Thor and his friends decide to go visit Zeus, and that's a really silly section of the movie. So eventually they end up, without Zeus's help, fighting Gore, and of course he's defeated, but at the end scene he realizes what he's done wrong, and he gets his daughter back that he lost in the beginning of the film. And at the end, Jane dies of the cancer she has, and ends up in Valhalla, where she's greeted by Heimdall. Thor takes on a daughter, the girl who Gore left behind, and starts to raise her as maybe a new Thor. Who knows?
Go to hell, Steven!
Let's talk about the quality. So there are some good things and some bad things about this movie. What I liked about this movie was Jane and Thor getting back together, of course. It's good to see them back together. Natalie Portman is pretty cool as Mighty Thor. Valkyrie is in it mainly for the action. She doesn't have a whole lot to do, but Tessa Thompson is always fun to see in that role. Taika Waititi himself stars as Korg, and he's always funny too. Russell Crowe is Zeus. Frankly, corny. Zeus is really corny in the movie. The action special effects are pretty good, especially the action. Some special effects are kind of iffy, but, that happens. The best thing and worst thing about it is the humor. Some of the humor is really funny and I laughed a lot, and some of it is so cringy you just gotta shake your head at it. Which makes it a little more entertaining than the latest Doctor Strange movie. Even though the Doctor Strange movie is higher quality, this one is almost more entertaining because it's equally baffling and hilarious, especially from such a great director as Taika Waititi.
You've grown to a touch, damn it.
Who directed the last Thor movie, Jojo Rabbit, What We Do in the Shadows, and other good movies. The beginning makes little sense, the plot is really thin, so the plot is not a good reason to watch the movie. The only good reason to watch the movie is for the humor, and half of it lands and half of it doesn't. But if you like kind of shaking your head at stupid humor and laughing at the other half, you probably enjoy it. It's strange because the last Thor movie was one of the best MCU movies. This one is one of the worst. I don't know what's happening. Maybe Taika Waititi got too busy with too many projects, or Marvel didn't do enough quality control. I don't know. I did kind of like the ending when Gore realized what he's done is wrong. I didn't really like Christian Bale in it too much until the very end. He wasn't given much to do except act angry. But the ending with him and his daughter is actually kind of touching. I'm surprised it was even in there. So, thumbs in the middle. It's an okay movie. It's not good. It's not bad. Is it more on the fire cringe side? It's more on the cringe side. But you might like it if you're a big fan of Thor. Chris Hemsworth brings some to the table. So does the other cast members. Christian Bale is okay. Russell Crowe's pretty silly, but that's the role. So, mileage varies. See it if you want to. Don't if you don't want to.
What a classic Thor adventure.
Have fun.
Oh, look at that.
Thanks for watching!